Craig Mishler.
Can we pray? Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for a beautiful night for racing to start the 2014 season. We ask you, Lord, to be with all the drivers tonight, keep them safe, be with the track personnel, and be with us fans as we watch and have fun tonight. Give us a safe trip back home. We thank you for a beautiful day, and we ask for your blessings upon tonight's races. In Jesus' name, amen.
Presenting the colors tonight, the track champions of a year ago. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, welcome to Midvale Speedway. It is the season opener for 2014. Brian Smith, our 2013 late model champion, he pulls off into the pits. The 2013 modified champion, Kevin. Braden Swaney, he's driving the 57 compact right now, but he'll be in the 27 modified later. He was our compact champion in a 27 car a year ago. And Dan Bucky, he's driving the 69 compact this year. He was our stock compact point champion last season. The one of last year's champion, Brian Smith, rookie a couple of years ago, moved up into the late models. Young driver, teenage star Alex Rosenberry, and top qualifier Marcus Malkett. The green is out on our 2014 racing season. Mike Miller spins the tires a little bit, made some contact with Jonathan Ritter, but we're underway. Ritter into the lead. Miller drops into the second spot. Bryant Smith in third. Marcus Malkett already in the number 4 position. Running in the 5th spot, rookie in the late models, Randy Smart, who's claimed 4 track championships here, and Bryant Smith on his way into the number 2 spot. Last year's champ, Bryant Smith, up into second. Miller will drop to third. We've completed 2 of our scheduled 8 circuits. Ritter leading the way. New car for him this year. Purchased that car off the Bud Perry racing team, former main event point champion car. Miller now with top qualifier Marcus Malkett to the inside. They make some contact. Miller shuffled back to the number 5 spot. To the inside for the race lead. Ritter has opened up the bottom, and here comes Bryant Smith. Smith to the inside will take over the race lead on lap number 5. Bryant Smith, the Canton driver, into the number 1 spot. Ritter has dropped to second. Malkett running third. Smart running fourth. Rosenberry running fifth, and Miller running sixth. And we're coming up on our white flag this time. It'll be one more lap to go for Bryant Smith. Looks like he's going to pick up where he left off 1 year ago. Final circuit for Brian Smith. Ritter trying to hang on to second. Marcus Malkett has something for him tonight. He's up to third and closing on the runner-up spot. To the checkered flag off of turn number 4. Smith the victory. Second to Ritter. Third to Malkett. Fourth to the number 9 car of Randy Smart. Finishing 5th to number 2 of Rosenberry and Miller. Handling issues in the heat race for the 22 cars. He'll head to the pits. Miller spun the tires a little bit in that outside lane. Not a lot of grip up in the second groove yet, being night number 1. Eventually, Bryant Smith ran them both down. Passed him, took the lead, took the win. Let's hear it for Bryant Smith.
Yeah,
Canton Auto Salvage, Canton Auto Sales, Finish Line Designs, Freedom Auto Finance #1, our champion of a year ago. Chris?
I was just going to say, Adam, I thought that Ritter would put up a little bit better of a fight than he did. Kind of surprised, maybe early in the season, just wanting to get a heat race under their belts there. But
7 cars ready to go, 8 laps. Try to keep them side by side, keep a steady pace to the stripe over in turn 4. That's where the race will begin. Terry Coletti ready to give him the green. Bob the Animal Weichel and Dave Martin, a couple veterans, to the green. It's going to be the Animal leading the field coming off of turn number 2. Martin drops into the number 2 spot. Joe Leinert out racing his car owner in the 3rd spot. He's going for 2nd now, coming off of turn 4. Leinert, oh, look out. Dave Martin woes it down. Almost looked like his throttle was going to stick, but he gets down into the corner, able to keep it turned, and now he falls back into the 5th spot, nearly 6th, as the 6th of Larry Baker, another fellow Barberton competitor, gets to the inside. Baker for the number 5 spot. Baker and Martin, and here comes Schneider. Bob Schneider Jr., the man on the move. His first day out was today. Got some practice laps earlier. That's the first time he's been on the track in 2014. And he's trying to make a go of it in the outside lane, something we haven't seen done so far, and a scary moment for him as Joe Leinert nearly came up into his lane, and Schneider is up to 2nd. 4 laps in, 4 laps to go for Eichel, Schneider, Leinert, Kirkpatrick, Martin, Baker, and Mills. They're racing hard and heavy in the top 3 spots as Schneider gives up the inside lane to Leinert again. Can Eichel hold him off? 3 to go. Dave Martin has regained his composure in the number 3 car. He's caught the tail end of that 4-car battle. Larry Baker with him. He's held him off so far. Looks like the bottom lane right now, the place to be. And here comes Leinert for the lead. Eichel opens the bottom. Leinert couldn't quite get there. And Schneider drives it in deep in turn 1. Lights up the tires. Here comes Schneider to the outside for the 2nd spot. White flag this time. We've got yellow. Caution out. Yellow flag on the raceway. Ready to come to turn 4 for the green. 6 in, 2 to go. Terry Coletti, final 2 circuits. Who's going to win it? Animal with a good restart on the bottom lane. Will Schneider try to get in there and make it a 3-car battle? Leinert holding his own right now. Eichel pulls forward a little bit early in the straightaway. Leinert drives it in deep in turn 3. Coming to the white flag. 1 to go. Eichel goes up the banking. Leinert checks up. Down to the bottom groove. Leinert trying to get back to the bottom. Now stays outside. Eichel holding on to it as it fishtails a bit. Leinert back into the turn hard. Terry Coletti checkered in hand to the stripe we race, and the Animal wins it. 2nd place to Schneider, 3rd to Kirkpatrick, 4th to Dave Martin. And he's going to celebrate in victory lane. Sutton Pump and Supply, A.W. Tipco Oil and Gas, Historic Auto Sales, Animal Racing, Roofner Racing, the sponsors. Let's hear it for car 69, the Animal, Bob Eichel. Craig Mishler from Mid-Vid Racing Video getting some good shots from down on the flag stand as well. And here we go. Into turn 1 we go. Courtney on the inside, and it's Mowry looking strong in the 2nd lane. Mowry pulling ahead. Slight advantage as they race to 3. Still 3 rows of 2 wide. Now McCreary slips back a little bit in the 2. He's going to let the field get away. Mowry sliding back. McClintock slight contact with the number 5 of Courtney coming off of 2. 3-car battle for the top spot. Courtney with the edge. McClintock looks for an opening. He finds one to the inside of the 29 of Steve Mowry. 3 complete at the line. 5 to go for Justin Courtney. Mike Green also running strong in the 36. He was one of our faster modifieds in practice over the first couple of weeks. Leading up to the opener. Car looks good entering the corner. Stays right glued on the bottom. We are halfway. We've completed 4. We've got 4 to go. McClintock has taken 2nd. Now, will McClintock make a move to the 2nd groove, or will he try to run the bottom, get around Courtney?
That 5 car is getting a good run off of the bottom at him. He said it wasn't the fastest car in practice, but he thought he had a good race car. It's showing right now for Justin Courtney up front.
It is, and he protects the bottom really well. He's just trying to make sure the 38 of McClintock doesn't get under him at this point. Might not even know who's actually behind him right now. It's really tough to see. No mirrors in the modifieds. And those top 2 pulling away from Mowry currently. We're going to see the white flag this time if McClintock can find an opening a little bit there in turn 4, but that's all. It wasn't enough, and Courtney holds on to the lead with 1 to go. Final 3/4 of a lap now. Courtney leading, McClintock second, Mowry, Green third and fourth, Westerfield fifth and sixth, the 2 of McCreary. To the checkered, McClintock is there, but no opening, and Courtney picks up the win. McClintock in the second spot. To sign up, if you want to be a part of the season opener and spectator drags, come up to the main scoring tower and sign up now on the patio. Put your hands together for Justin Courtney. Courtney drives the Full Throttle Saloon, Jackal Music. That is the grandson of former Midvale Speedway competitor Joe 9. So Brandon Bailey, Rooster, in car 55 on the pole. Former standout basketball player at Conotton Valley. The number 99 car of Jason Gruhl from Dover outside. 02 of Mike Bowers, new paint scheme, looks good. He starts third. 0 of Lucas Ripley starts fourth. 24, Glenn Jewell back in action. He starts fifth. And starting sixth, Todd Ripley. Green is out. And we've got issues on the start, beating and banging as they go down into the corner. It's going to be the 02 car of Mike Bowers into the lead. Bailey looking back to the inside. Both of our top 2 in that front row spinning their tires a little bit, making some contact. It allows the 02 car of Mike Bowers to take the lead. Gruhl trying to fight back. Here comes Glenn Jewell, the veteran, making his Midvale return. And Glenn Jewell, an opening for third. Jewell is in the third position.
'99 of Jason Gruhl running much better so far this season. It showed in practice. It's showing on the racetrack right now. That 99 in second spot.
Jason Gruhl in the 99 car is running pretty strong here in the heat race. That number 2 position, we are halfway. He made up some ground late in the season on that car. If you remember, Chris, just the last couple of weeks he started to pick up the pace, and he's having a nice run here in the second heat race, the middle heat for the Summit Racing Economy Modifieds, as he chases the 02 of Mike Bowers around Midvale Speedway. But look at the veteran, Glenn Jewell. It's been about 10 years since he's been a weekly competitor here at Midvale, and Jewell is up to third, and he has closed on that top 2, and Jewell looks like he's knocked the rust off already. Jewell running in the third position, right on the rear bumper of Jason Gruhl. The bottom lane opens up a little bit. Jewell's car handling extremely well, which was always his key back to his success, his former modified championship. And the white flag is out. We're on the final lap. It's 1 to go for Mike Bowers, Jason Gruhl, Glenn Jewell, Brandon Bailey, Todd Ripley, and Lucas Ripley coming off of turn 4. From Maslin picking up win in heat number 2, it is Mike Bowers. Jason Gruhl finishes second. Glenn Jewell finishes third. Everybody anxious to go to the floor with the gas pedal on our starts tonight, I guess. When they made their contact, it allowed the 02 car of Mike Bowers the opening. Took advantage of it. He claims the win. Let's hear it for Maslin's Mike Bowers. The 11 of Joe Usich starting fifth. From Canton, Joe Usich, the H&H Napa, Mr. D's, Joe's Auto Service, Ida's Cafe, Stewart Flooring Car, and rounding it out, our compact 3-time champion, Braden Swaney, starting 6th, rookie in the mods, and the green is out. A little bit of contact there as Sean Martyr tried to get underneath the 18 car. Spinning his tires on the start, slid up the banking, and still having a hard time getting that car coming off the 4th corner. The 11 of Usich going to the outside, locking him up. A lot of tire smoke from the 09 of Philip Cox, the rookie, had him slow down. Brake check session in corner 1. Meanwhile, Boron pulling away. Good break for Boron, as it was a rough start for Anders. Anders was holding up 3rd, 4th, 5th, and now he does open the bottom lane for the 11 car of Joe Usich. 25 of Martyr takes over third. Running fourth is Anders. Braden Swaney in the 27. Staying with the field, trying to gain some valuable seat time. 82 car of Don Boron Jr. in his first race at a modified has broken out of his qualifying time. He'll receive the black flag this time by, as he goes a 15-111. 15-111, the new lap for the 82 of Boron. New leader is Joe Usich. Joe Usich in the number 11 car, the new leader. Second is Martyr in the 25. Third, the 18 of Anders, but maybe not for long. Here comes Philip Cox to the inside for the number 3 position. And rookie Philip Cox is up to third. Braden Swaney going to look for fourth. White flag is out, 1 to go for Joe Usich. Usich down the backstretch, heads into turn number 3, into corner number 4. The H&H Napa Mr. D's, Joe's Auto Service, Ida's Cafe, Stewart Flooring car of Usich the win. Martyr second, third spot to the 09 car of Philip Cox, finishing fourth, the 18 of Anders. 15-111, his new lap, as he definitely picked up some time, improving on the 82 car. Number 11 car, your winner. Let's hear it for Joe Usich. H&H Napa, Mr. D's, Joe's Auto Service, Ida's Cafe, Stewart Flooring car. Usich, the win in our third and final modified heat. And top qualifier Rick Elkins Jr., car 62, the Selway Heating and Cooling, Canton Floors, Stewart Flooring Impact Photography car, and the green flag is out. We are underway in our first street stock heat race, and Passwaters takes the lane away from the number 5 of Martin. He takes it away from Hoopy. It's a pretty wide number 75 car right now. Now he gets under control. He's on the bottom lane. It's Martin sideways. Look out, Vince Martin. Oh, look out, Martin. He collects his brother Mike down in corner number 1. All able to continue. Green flag remains out as the 2 Martin cars get together. And they were beautifully painted, especially the 6 of Mike with that new scheme this year. But it's got some pretty severe damage on the ride right now. Passwaters Sr. leading the way. Todd Miller second. Third, Hoopengarner. Fourth, Mike Martin. Fifth, Bob Passwaters Jr. Well, the Passwaters cars are much better. I think they both have crate engines this season. And that will be huge for them being competitive again. For the number 2 position, Miller opened up the bottom momentarily for Hoopengarner. He wasn't able to get there in time. If he does it again, he'll be there. Halfway, 4 in, 4 to go for the leader, Bob Passwaters Sr. Passwaters hugging that bottom lane now after having some issues on the start that first lap. Then Vince Martin had some issues shortly after. Look out, trouble, 3 and 4. Passwaters Jr. goes around, pulls down into the infield, and yellow flag coming out. Caution flag. Four laps to go. Bob Passwaters Sr. and Todd Miller. Front row for the green. Rolling under green, we have 5 complete. Going to be lap number 6 this time at the line, and Mike Martin making a run to the second groove. Can he get to the front from out there? He's racing for the number 3 spot. And a battle for the lead as well as Hoopengarner puts it in the outside lane. Good racing in our street stock division. Down to our final lap and a half. It will be white flag this time, 1 to go, and veteran Gary Hoopengarner to the outside in that sharply done number 68 car. Hoopengarner and Passwaters going for the number 1 spot. Passwaters, new ride in 2014, trying to win his first race in it. As they come to the checkered, Passwaters will win it. Hoopengarner second. Third spot to Martin, fourth to Miller. First couple of weeks click off. You can see in our first late model heat race or two, it looked a little slick in the second lane. Not a lot of rubber put down yet. Your winner in the Downtown Auto Sanctuary Church of God in Passwaters Racing number 75. Put your hands together for Waynesburg's Bob Passwaters Sr. Green flag, turn 4, 8 laps, second heat for the J.D. Byrider Street Stocks. Ready, Waylon Orr dropping to the bottom. He gets to the inside as Lewis's 39 car a little bit off the pace. Brian Lewis Sr. slow on the start, hanging on to the wheel. Here comes Waylon Orr for the lead. 32 of Colmar also dropping to the bottom for the second position. Colmar looking low on Orr. We're sideways coming off of 4. Boy, Lewis Sr. in the 39, all kinds of sideways. Has Rich Dunlap getting to the outside. Veteran compact racer Dunlap moves up into the 4th spot in the Patterson entry. Colmar trying to run down the leader, Waylon Orr, giving him a few car lengths on the front stretch. Oh, Lewis, problems. Left rear on the 39 of Lewis. Left rear tire going down on the Brian Lewis Sr. machine as he goes to the pits. 3 in. For the third position, Brian Lewis Jr. has Rich Dunlap on the outside. We're going to be halfway this time. Oh, Lewis. Oh, sideways on the bottom lane in turn 4. 4 complete, 4 to go. Lewis way up the track again, going up into that second lane. Dunlap running out of racing room, and Colmar running down the leader, Waylon Orr. 3 laps to go. Battle for the lead and a battle for third. And here comes Colmar to the inside of Orr, closes the door in turn 2. Dunlap needs to go to the inside. That's going to be his best bet because Lewis keeps taking his lane away in the second groove. Going down into turn 3. Racing over to turn 4. Takes him all the way up to the wall. Dunlap's not going to be real pleased. Bumper cover coming off. Green flag with 3 to go in our street stock second heat. Or back out front. Dunlap going to look inside of the 32 of Colmar for the number 2 spot. And Colmar will get down to the bottom lane. 2 laps to go at the line for Waylon Orr and Colmar, and they're all nose to tail, top 3 spots. Colmar, good run through the middle of 1 and 2, but you can see the advantage for Waylon Orr as he pulls away by a car length or 2. Colmar drives in deeper. And turn number 3, white flag, 1 to go. Colmar lighting them up sideways coming off of 4. That's going to take his chance away to win this one. Rich Dunlap in the 3rd position. Josh Anders' brother Kyle Anders in the number 4 spot. Coming off of turn number 4, checkered flag is out, and it will be Waylon Orr, Cody Colmar, Rich Dunlap, the 18 car of Anders, the 41 of Hunter, and the 93 of Lewis. J.D. Byrider Street Stocks tonight. Claiming the win, the Bucky Mowing, Mallet Energy, Green Gas, number 28. Put your hands together for Waylon Orr. Waylon Orr, the son of Jimmy Orr, former Detroit Iron competitor, former Pure Stock champion. Wes Ennis and 09. The green is out, and Kyle Grove, the top qualifier, looks to that 3rd lane, thinking about a 3-wide move for the number 4 position. Still double wide, going to be tough to pull it off, but he's got the car to do it. The thing handles great. It gets down the straightaway well. Right now, Dan Bucky in his way. Leading is Lainey Stresky, who has qualified for the fast heat tonight. Stresky looking good in her 2nd season of racing. Kyle Grove, season opening, and that opening closes up in turn 3. So Grove right now boxed in, has the 19 of Oliver running to the inside. Grove now makes another run to the 3rd lane. Grove in the number 3 to the outside, trying to make it work. Going into the 3rd and 4th turn, Bucky up the banking, taking the lane away from Grove. Grove's going to slip back a little bit. Dan Bucky and Kyle Grove for the number 4 position.
all that seat time that Laney got last season, picked up a couple of heat race wins in that 17 machine. She's really looking good here on opening night. What a difference a year makes, huh?
Absolutely, and she was our young gun in 2013 for the successful year that she had put together, and Kyle Groves in a good shot right now to get to the front as he drives hard into turn 3. 3 laps to go, and Grove will go for the lead on the outside of Laney Stresky. Stresky might not be able to hold him off now because Kyle Grove has the opening in that second lane. He's no longer in the third groove, and he is pulled into the number 1 position. Into the lead, Kyle Grove. Dropping back to second is Stresky. Third spot, Jeffrey Orr. Fourth, the 19 of Clayton Oliver. And fifth, the 69 of Dan Bucky. Grove leading the way. Wes Ennis. First laps on the track today, trying to get that car to the front as the white flag's out. 1 lap to go for the 09 of Ennis as he just tries to get some laps in this heat race back at the number 6 spot. Picking up the victory at the front of the field, though, winning heat race number 1 this season, New Philadelphia's Kyle Grove. Second, the 17 of Stresky. Third to the number 8 car of Jeffrey Orr. At the line, the Trenton Service Tire Brewhouse, El Pueblito Mexican Cuisine, South Philly Pizza, and J.D. Byrider number 3. Let's hear it for Kyle Grove to get signed in over pit side here after this race. Gerald Hahn in the 13, Brent Schreffler in the 24 to the green. Schreffler into the lead momentarily. 15, Finlayson. 3 wide, look out down in turn 3. Contact, 75 of Beatty. Didn't know he was on the outside of a 3 wide battle. Leading is Schreffler in the 24. Finlayson second. A little bit of chrome horn use by the 75 of Chase Beatty. 70 of Lenny Orr. That's going to be the Colton Cottis ride, but Colton Cottis had prom tonight, so he's not with us racing. Lenny Orr running in the 4th position. The number 4 car of Blaine Salisbury for the 4th spot now. Oh, they're beating and banging. First, second, and third as Schreffler protects the bottom, and Finlayson wants it. Finlayson all over the 24 of Schreffler. Blaine Salisbury taking a look to the outside lane in 5th. Car shoving a little bit, pushing up the banking. He's on the outside right now of Lenny Orr. Look out, getting dicey at the back of the field. The rookie, Gage Jayberg, in his first ever race, the 21 car, doing a pretty nice job so far. Gerald Hahn trying to help him around the track. 4 in, 4 to go for Brent Schreffler. Gerald Hahn right now thankful that Randy moved the wall back on the front stretch 5 feet 2 years ago because he used it all up coming off the 4th corner.
I was going to say the same thing. You can see the dust coming off turn 4.
He's just cleaning that 6th groove up there. Side by side, down the front stretch for the lead. Finlayson had it for a moment. Schreffler closed the door, slammed it shut, middle of the straightaway. Down to our final 2.5 laps of this one. It'll be 6 in this time at the line. As Bubba Smith keeps a keen eye on the field, waiting for an accident to happen. There may be one because they're beating and banging for 2nd and 3rd. Chase Beatty on the inside. Look out. Chase Beatty will try to go for the lead now. He looks inside. Schreffler holds him off so far, but Beatty's moved into 2nd. Oh, now he's trying to use the rumble bumps, make some contact, and around goes the 75. White flag is out. Final lap, 1 to go for the lead. Schreffler on the inside. On the outside, the 15 car of Finlayson. Into turn number 3. Blaine Salisbury tries to make it a 3-car battle. Finlayson's going to pick up the victory. 2nd spot, the 24 of Schreffler. 3rd to the number 4 car of Blaine Salisbury. 4th to the 70 of Lenny Orr. Let's have a nice round of applause for the 15 of Kyle Finlayson, the winner of our 2nd heat for the compact division. And once again at this time, all that signed up for spectator drags, it's time now to go get your vehicles out of the parking lot and head toward the pit area to get signed in. Get your oil needs, your race car oil or fuel needs, McIntosh Oil Company. the official fuel supplier of Midvale Speedway. The green flag is out. We're underway, and we've already got him going 3 wide, threading the needle. Oh, look out, Schreffler on his own sideways as he locked up the brakes going into that first corner. He's going to hang on to the lead. Dirt burning a little bit. Here comes Frederick in the 18 to the outside. And we've got him spinning, we've got him crashing, we've got a yellow out down in turns 3 and 4, yellow out. Green flag coming off of 4, 8 laps from the finish in our compact final heat. Good restart down in turn 4, we're off and rolling. And Corey Salisbury goes into the lead. Corey Salisbury, younger brother of Blaine Salisbury, longtime compact competitor. Here comes the 18 of Frederick to the outside. Frederick didn't get a chance to qualify earlier. He got here to the racetrack late. He's going to take over the lead and most likely be the man to beat in this race. Change in hands for the number 3 spot as the 07 car of Roberts gets by the 29 of Corey Salisbury. Salisbury will go down into the lane, into the infield, pulls off the racetrack, going to be able to stay under green.
Remember, that's Alan Clark.
Yeah, we'll keep calling him Salisbury. I think Alan would rather us say it's Corey in that car right now.
Probably.
4 laps in, 4 laps to go this time. We're halfway.
All strung out on a racetrack right now. And to the Alan Clark fans, he did say that his car is in the shop and still working on it. Should be here in the next week or 2.
Good deal. We see the 101 of Daniel Risley.
It doesn't sound good.
101 of Daniel Risley having some mechanical issues. It's still running. He's just slow pace in the outside lane trying to make it back to the pits.
It's not running much. It sounds like a Massey Ferguson.
Going to take it into the pits and get the 101 crew hard at work. We completed 6. We're going to complete 7 this time for the 18 of Frederick.
Should have said John Deere since it's black and green.
We got a lot of green out on the racetrack.
Yeah.
07 car, 29 car, 46 car. They all have some green. So does Daniel Risley. Tiger, he's pulled off into the pits. White flag still out. Now checkered flag in turn number 4. The 18, Tim Frederick, picks up the victory. Christian Bailey will finish 3rd. He was a lap down rookie driver in the 46. And Roberts going to finish this one in the 07. Pulling to the line, didn't get here in time to qualify, but he's here in time to race, and he wins the 3rd heat. He'll be in our fast feature later tonight. Car number 18, Tim Frederick. Route 39 Auto Salvage Leggett's Tires, Sensel Finicum Insurance car from Barnhill. If you're looking to get into racing, build yourself a truck. We need some more. Knock the glass out, knock the interior out, put a roll cage in it, and come racing as we're going to have a yellow for a restart. And around goes Bruce George. It'll be a 6-lap race.
When we get, 7, 8, 9, 10 of these things, they put on a good show.
Green flag is out. We are underway down into the corner. Bruce George on the inside lane. Derek Cordia, the rookie in the 72, making his first start. Slips back to 3rd from the pole. And top qualifier Mike Martin has moved into 2nd. It might not be long, and Mike Martin might be the leader, especially if George comes off sideways in the Mopar product. 1 down, 7, make it 5 to go in this 6-lap race. Martin on the high lane, plenty of power in the number 5. The George ride picks up power into the straightaway, just comes off the corner slow. Some of that, maybe no forward bite. Racing hard for the number 1 position. Oh, Martin locks up the tires a little bit in the 2nd lane, and Bruce George back out front. 3 complete this time. 3 complete, 5 to go for Bruce George in the Mopar product. And Mike Martin in the number 5.
Should be noted that we do have a crew cab out there at 72 ride.
Yes. Could have some passengers back there. Maybe brought the kids along.
Well, I figured, the wider stance, a little bit wider wheelbase, might hook him up a little bit better.
Well, it might be wider as in longer, but it's not necessarily wider.
Right.
The wheelbase is longer. That's probably a disadvantage.
Right, longer, that's what I meant.
Be like running a limo.
Yeah.
5 laps in, 3 to go, or 1 to go rather. White flag out in this 6-lap heat race. As Bruce George leads, looking underneath is Martin. Martin for the race lead on the final circuit as they head off into the 3rd corner. George keeping the door closed. And to the checkered flag. Martin's going to spin it out coming out of turn 4. Might end up finishing this race in 4th. And Cordia will get by for 3rd. As Martin gave it his all. Next round of applause for your winner, Bruce George, who has 2 first names. Spectator drag time, Chris. That's going to be exciting. We don't have to wait very long this season to see some spectator drags.
Stall on the inside, and Garrett Martin's already going to take the lead. He's going to close the door. He's been a winner in spectator drags before. He didn't do it in the big SUV, the big high-profile vehicle a year ago, but he's going to do it in round number 1 in the Subaru Impreza here in the first race of spectator drags in 2021. And Trevor Cutchell in the 93 Honda Civic on the outside. There's the green. Pretty even start, a little bit of smoke coming out of the Civic. And down into the first corner, we've got the Dodge Neon in the lead. Can he pull off of turn 2? Yes, he can. He's going to get out front. It is the yellow Neon taking the lead. Brannigan Berry. Slowly through turn 3 into turn 4. Berry to the checkered flag and Brannigan Berry. White van, Kyler Bertram. Kyler drove a truck at our mini truck division. The green is out, and look at the van take the lead. Can the van beat the Mustang? Oh boy. Oh Nelly. Dale Dowdy down on the rumble bump. He's slowing down even more. I should have taken the van.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I was going to, but I was going to make you spot me. He's trying the rumble bumps out.
He's in there.
Look at him. Kyler Bertram to round number 2. Dale Dowdy. Colton Hutchison, 3's out. Oil field track that's proud of it, what it says on the back of the red truck. And right now it's running like track. The Cavalier blowing away. Into 3 and 4. Jeremy Sloan, dominating win. Dominating win for Sloan. He's hooked up. I think he's got the right setup in tonight. On the inside, didn't have him down on our list, but Andrew Fishburne on the inside. And Justin Renniker on the outside, and Renniker gets the big start. That's a multicolored vehicle driven by Fishburne. Justin Renniker, the lead. A little bit of a push coming out of two. That can cost him when he gets a better competitor. Fishburne, pretty good speed down the back stretch, checks up, a lot of brakes on going into the corner, brake lights lit up. Coming to the checker, Justin Renniker. Justin Renniker around number 2. I think he's going to be fine. Dave McCallicker, former late model competitor, part-time late model competitor, 38 tags. A brand new Ford, and the brand new Ford of McCallicker takes the lead. Running good coming off the 2. Kerber, misses the shift. He found it. And Dave McCallicker running good, right? He can break his late model time.
Hey, put a 47 on it and put it in the show.
That's right. And it sounds good across the line. Brayer, 73 on the inside. Kevin Renniker on the outside. 73 is kind of a weird name. Yikes. Brayer, 73 is going to be Brayer last in this race. And heading down the back stretch to Kevin Renniker. He can save it. He can save it for round 2. Kevin Renniker cruising through 3 and 4. Brinker. Uses the power. Doesn't really have to go hard to the side. That helps push them over, cleans it out. They're off to the racing. It is round 2. And our first race of round number 2 has Martin pulling ahead. Martin can't even see him in the rear view mirror anymore. Just a speck. What it says, what's it say? Obvious maybe closer than they appear? Not really, not here.
I got that too.
Our blue Cavalier, Jeremy Sloan outside. I think Sloan can do it, but it's not going to be easy. He's going to have to do it from the second lane, and Ravana Bertram looking good. Oh, there goes Sloan. On the rumble bump, Bertram cutting it a little bit too tight. And Sloan pulls ahead. Jeremy Sloan, modified competitor a year ago. Not racing with us tonight, at least in the regular division, but a spectator drag car he is, and Sloan to round number 3. And on the outside lane, we have Justin Reniker. Reniker with another start. Here we go. This could be the race of the night right here.
McAllister's on the loud pedal. Look at him wheeling into one. Pushes up a little bit. Oh my goodness.
Who's going to get him down into turn 3, the crucial corner? I think they might end up in the Eddie Nelson spot, outside the wall in 3 and 4. McAllister up the top. Oh, they rub it down the front straightaway. It's going to be McAllister. I don't mean another good one. Reniker's got the inside. Martin has the outside. These are 2 good cars in spectator drag competition. Close the door. He wasn't able to. Through 1 and 2. Reniker doesn't quite handle as well. 4-wheel drive out front. There's Reniker's power. Into 3. Who's going to bring it to 4? Reniker inside. In the Pontiac. The Subaru outside. Reniker front. Wasn't the right front that got bumped.
It's beautiful because it came from Can Car Connection.
That's right. Green flag. Sloan and McAllister. Off into turn number 1. That board is strong.
Sloan said he's going to lean on it. If he's got the enough gumption to put a car out there with 30-day tank on it, he's going to lean on it.
That thing gets down the straightaway. That thing's got the power, Chris. But he has the door closed on him right now. No way is he going to win this one because Jeremy Sloan protected the bottom, and Sloan will win again. And we're going to find out one lap. Championship race, spectator drag, night 1. Into the first corner we go. Reniker in the advantage. Sloan handles well, but he's going to get his door blown off right here. Cruising down the back stretch. Sloan so much better through the corners. In a long race, he might have a chance. 1 lap, too much power for Reniker. He's going to claim the victory.
This guy's sitting 3-thrower style in that car. He's so low. Rear end probably dragging off the ground.
The Pontiac. You had pretty tough challenger there. What you had the round before, gave you a pretty good battle. You had the Subaru. You think you could beat?
Yeah, I thought I had a decent chance, but those things just don't handle it.
Doesn't handle that great. Man's got plenty of power, and that's why you were able to stay just enough to the inside. He thought about closing the door in turn 1. You think he's going to come down?
Yeah, I was a little worried about it, but it happened, I guess.
Good job. Sounds good. Smells good. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
Kevin Reniker will win tonight. Another spectator drag trophy for him. Just check out our schedule for the full spectator drag.
Green is out 15 laps, fast feature for the compacts. Into 1 and 2 we go. Into the lead goes Finlayson. Look out, Chase Beatty. He goes up the banking. That car really almost looked like it was wheel hopping as it was going up the track. Here comes Blaine Salisbury. Number of feature wins in his career in stock compact competition in Salisbury. New car in 2014, and he's making a run for the lead up front. The new car for the number 4 of Salisbury. New number as well. And he's going for the race lead down in turn number 3. 4 wide back in the field. Struski, Oliver get together. Oliver will lock it down. Slides into the infield. Brings out our first caution. And we're ready for green. Off of turn 4, ready to roll. Into 1 and 2. Down the backstretch. Into the corner, into the lead. Goes the number 4. Boy, Kyle Grove coming forward. 70 car, Lenny Orr makes some contact. Grove continues on. Your leader is Blaine Salisbury in the number 4. Salisbury leads. Finlayson in second. Third is Beatty. Fourth, the 8 of Orr. And threading the needle, Kyle Grove in the number 3. Top qualifier won the heat. Some contact. 3 wide. Beating and banging. Orr sideways. Look out. Able to get around him is Ennis in the 09. And Orr going to come to a stop in the 8 car. And we're going to have a yellow. Caution flag out for the number 8 of Orr. We're back underway. The green flag is out. 13 laps from the finish. Salisbury in the number 4, your leader. And here comes the 69 of Dan Bucky. Bucky for the number 2 position, racing with Finlayson. 75 car of Beatty. And here comes Grove in the number 3. Grove to the outside. The opening is there in that second lane now as the cars have singled out a little bit up in front of them. Bucky holding on to the number 2 spot. Salisbury's built up a decent-sized lead, but if Grove gets up into second, he'll close it quickly. Blaine Salisbury has gone under his qualifying time twice during the race, so now the battle for the lead between the 69 of Bucky and the number 3 of Grove. The 4 of Salisbury breaking out of his qualifying time twice in this event, and Kyle Grove and Dan Bucky going for the race lead. Grove taking the top spot. Bucky back into second. Running third is Finlayson. Fourth, the 19 car of Oliver. And running fifth, the 57 car of Ennis. 6 laps in, 9 to go. So Blaine Salisbury, bad break for him, but he got that car running much better here in the feature. Salisbury, the Uriksville driver, the Pangrazio's Pizza, PhilChalmers.com, Beaver Creek Landscaping, Take 2 and Tanning, and Wisman Motorsports car heads to the pits. Well, that's going to be one of the faster cars, it looks like, this season. Grove, Bucky, Oliver, and the 40 set make it the 15 of Finlayson, our top 4. Halfway this time, 8 laps in, 7 to go. Six laps to go at the line for Kyle Grove. Be closing on Lenny Orr in the number 70 car. Lenny Orr moving out of the way of the leaders as they go by. Grove leading, Bucky in second, Oliver third, running fourth, the 57 of Larry Ennis. Larry Ennis Jr. in the 57. Tim Frederick, pretty good run for the 18 starting from the back. He's moved into the top 5. Two laps to go, final 2 laps for Kyle Grove. Running second, good run for the 69 as well. That's the Alan Clark ride from a year ago. And Bucky behind the wheel in 2014. 19 of Clayton Oliver restarting third. The green is out. We're racing again. Final 3 laps. Grove sticks to the bottom, flies through turns 1 and 2. Lap and a half to go, final lap coming up. Laney Stresky in the 17 spins towards the infield, keeps on rolling on this final lap. We're coming to the checkered. The Trenton Service Tire, Brewhouse, El Pueblito Mexican Cuisine, South Philly Pizza, JD Byrider car of Kyle Grove the win. Second spot to the 69. Finishing second, the 69 of Dan Bucky. Third to Clayton Oliver. Fourth to Tim Frederick. Good top 3 run for Clayton Oliver in the number 19. Dan Bucky, a good start to his season in the compact division. He was the point champion the last couple years in the stock compacts, and Bucky with a second place run tonight. So nicely done for Dan Bucky. Talking to his car owner Craig Mishler there. Bucky also has recently gotten a pure stock that I think he's going to drive some this season, a street stock, former pure stock at Barberton. Trenton Service Tire, South Philly Pizza, Canton Auto Salvage, Alcove Pet Store, El Pueblito Mexican Restaurant, 922 drive-through. Number 3, your winner, Kyle Grove. Right over here, Kyle. Kyle, congratulations on the win. Wasn't real easy. Had to go up in the 3rd lane. Was watching you in the heat race, and they stayed double wide for a long time. The car almost can run in that 3rd lane. It's just hooked up so good. It's obviously fast down the straightaway with the dual overhead cam and everything, but when it goes through the corner, it really sticks.
Yeah, it does. I've been racing this thing for a few years. I'm used to it, so.
Got rid of it for a short time last year. It was good to get it back for you, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's nice.
Good start to the season. Congratulations. Some people you want to thank, I'm sure.
Yeah, I want to thank my new sponsors, El Pueblito Mexican Cuisine, Trenton Tire, South Philly, Brewhouse, Alcove Pet Store, Canton Auto Salvage, JD Byrider, Greg's Recovery, 922 drive-through, and my dad, my brother, and everybody helped me.
There you go, your winner. Let's hear it for Kyle Grove. First feature win of 2014 here at Midvale Speedway.
Okay, Adam, while Victory Lane celebration's going on, going to do our annual grid walk here. Talking to the pole sitter, Joe Usich, and Joe picked up a heat race win earlier tonight. What do you got for him for the feature?
The 11 of Joe Usich. 55, Brandon Bailey, his first feature start. 99, Jason Gruhl. Starting on the outside of row number 2. The 02 of Mike Bowers. 0, Lucas Ripley. 24, Glenn Jewell. The 00 of Todd Ripley. Number 5 of Justin Courtney. 29 is Steve Mowry. 38, Kevin McClintock. 36, Mike Green. The number 9 is Tim Westerfield Jr. and top qualifier. Number 2, Lee McCreary, and the green is out. We're beating and banging coming off the second corner. The outside lane, not right now the place to be, as Bailey, the rookie, kind of gets shuffled back a little bit. Inside lane moving forward. Bailey making his first start. Ripley to the inside. Boy, Todd Ripley, Lucas Ripley, they're coming forward. Glenn Jewell to the inside. Jewell side by side, rubbing paint with a rookie, a veteran low side, and a rookie outside. And Bailey, trouble coming off the corner. Bailey around. Yellow out. McClintock, last year's champion, sustained some damage. It looks like it could be fixable, mostly cosmetic, but I think he'll have to go to the pits. Bailey sideways coming off of turn 4.
We'll take a look at him as he gets over here. Also the rookie Cox in the 09.
Back in the dwarf car days, and then he moved into the modified. Very successful in the modified. And we're going to go green. We've completed just one lap. We have 24 to go, and we are underway. Rolling again, and trouble. Glenn Jewell goes around. Trouble in turn number 1.
Be interested to see that replay, Adam. It almost looked like, from my vantage point, that something happened to the 24. Lots of smoke before he spun.
Glenn Jewell went into the corner, and the cars had slowed up in front of him, and he just locked up the tires and actually got into the back of them and spun it out. So the veteran Glenn Jewell with the spin in turn 1. Great job by Mid-Vid. Starting field. Some of the cream starting to rise to the top. I think Lucas Ripley in a pretty good position right now in the 0. So is his dad Todd right behind him. Green flag coming out. Turn number 4. Jason Gruhl on the outside of Joe Usich. Into turns 1 and 2 we go. Up the banking went Usich a little bit. He opens up the bottom, and here comes Lucas Ripley. 3 wide into the corner. Joe Usich, trouble. Big time crash down in turn number 3.
Wow, Adam, lots of damaged race cars up here in turn number 3.
Joe Usich opened up the bottom big time coming off of 2. Ripley held his lane, I think. I don't know what you saw down there. We're going to obviously take a look at replay from Mid-Vid Racing Video, but he opened up the bottom. Ripley had the lane. They went down into the corner. Well, Gruhl also came down in the 99. Kind of one of those tough deals for our top 3 competitors there, Chris. It really is unfortunate.
Yeah, lots of damage on the 9 of Tim Westerfield Jr. Lots of damage on the 5 of Justin Courtney. Also the 02 of Mike Bowers. Lots of damage on those 3 cars. The worst coming with those 3. Westerfield has a lot of front end damage as he tried to get checked up. Everybody kind of tried to get checked up and just wasn't able to make it work. Courtney trying to look at him. He might be... right front looks pretty bad on that one as they get Bowers pushed away. Right now, Justin Courtney pinned up against the turn 3 wall as the 9 of Westerfield is kind of up underneath the rear end of that machine. So both of those drivers are unbuckling. So
we have caution out. What happened, basically, the 11 of Usich opened up the bottom lane coming off of 2, and Ripley filled it. Ripley stayed on the bottom all the way down into turn 3, and then going into the corner, Usage tried to get back up alongside the 99 of Gruhl, clipped him in the left rear quarter panel, sent the 99 spinning, so yellow flag, 1 lap in, 24 laps to go.
We'll report all drivers are okay over here, Adam.
What's the damage like, Chris? I was busy watching some replay up here. You might have said already, but is the damage really severe to the 5 or the 9?
Not sure about the 5 right now there. He's kind of stuck up underneath. Well, the 9 is kind of stuck up underneath him. Lots of damage to the Westerfield number 9 car. I'm pretty sure he's not going to be able to continue. Lots of right front damage. Looks like lower control arm, possibly upper control arm as well. I don't think it tweaked the frame at all, but quite a bit of damage down here on the 9. And we'll have to see once they get the 5 and 9 separated what the 5 looks like.
Off of 4, Gruhl on the inside, Ripley on the outside. And the green flag is out. Ripley going into the lead. Mowry in the 29 looking to the outside. Mowry to the outside. Oh, trouble coming off of 2. Look out down into the infield. Still rolling. Philip Cox goes around. He and Sean Martyr get together. Coming off of 4, Lucas Ripley jumped out front into the lead on the last restart. Will he do it again? Ripley outside, Gruhl on the inside. Turn 4, slow pace, to the stripe, and the green is out. Gruhl spinning the tires a little bit. Jason Gruhl spinning the tires. Martyr and McClintock some contact in the corner. Glenn Jewell goes around. Boron with contact. Down into the first and second turn we race. Lucas Ripley going into the lead. Martyr again taking McClintock down into the grass in the second corner. We complete lap number 2. Good battle for the race lead. Braden Swaney in the 27 with some issues on the front end of that car will pull into the pits.
How about Jason Gruhl coming back and retaking the lead? Back up in the top spot, the 99.
Caution out for a car stopped in the pit chute. Braden Swaney has stopped in the pit chute over in turn number 2, blocking the pit chute. Brings out the yellow. 3 complete, 22 to go. Corner we race on the outside lane. It is the 0 of Lucas Ripley going into the lead for the number 2 position. Jason Gruhl on the inside. The 00 of Todd Ripley on the outside lane. Ripley making it work. He takes over second. And Philip Cox in the 09 going to be heading to the pits. Philip Cox going to the pits, the rookie, as they beat and bang up front. Here comes Steve Mowry in the 29. His car looks fast right now. Oh, Mowry looks to the outside, looking to the inside. Boy, now Mowry is getting shuffled back a little bit as Gruhl gets back to the bottom. Lee McCreary, contact with Jason Gruhl, moves up into the 4th position. McCreary, top qualifier, on his way to the front. Steve Mowry has found the bottom lane. He gets up into the 2nd position now. What exciting racing we have in our modifieds in our top 5 currently. Kevin McClintock had to go to the pits earlier. He's in contention. McClintock running strong in the outside lane. He's up to 4th. He may be up to 3rd soon. Kevin McClintock on the move to the front. It is Todd Ripley out front, but McClintock following closely. Look at Kevin go. Justin Courtney in the number 5 car. He joins the battle. Courtney to the outside lane. Courtney into the top 5. He and McCreary race. but McClintock is there. He's in second, Mowry in third. Great racing action up in our top 5. Ripley leading the way. Second, McClintock. Here comes McClintock for the lead. Pulls the bottom move down the backstretch. Kevin McClintock, the champion a year ago, into the number 1 spot. Oh, and around goes Mowry. He's going to loop it in turn number 4, and that's going to bring out a yellow. Yellow out for Steve Mowry. Going to go green coming off of 4, 9 laps in, 16 laps to go. Todd Ripley, Kevin McClintock. Who's going to win it? Modified feature number 1 of the season. Into the first corner we go. It is McClintock in the outside lane looking strong down the backstretch. Ripley on the bottom. Through 3 and 4. 38 cars bolted tonight. McClintock, the leader at the line. Ripley starting to pull forward again. They're running each other strong and clean right now in the top 2 spots. 2 of the best racers we have on a weekly basis at Midvale Speedway. But Ripley's going to lead this one, I think. Yes, he does. Ripley very close across the line, but Ripley had him by an inch or 2. McClintock trying to come back to the outside groove. Good racing in the top 2. 12 laps in this time, 12 complete, 13 to go. Ripley's taking the lead advantage. McClintock was able to get him on the bottom a little while ago. He might have to do it again. And who's to say this is our last restart? We might have another one of those too. As Courtney runs him down, we will. Caution out. Yellow out for Joe Usage. Joe Usage in turn number 2 has spun. So Usage has spun in turn number 2. I guess the 55 of Brandon Bailey, the 11 of Joe Usage get together, bring out the yellow. What a battle up front, Chris. We got 2 of our best right there on the front row. We're gone green. We've completed 12. We've got 13 to go. Ripley and McClintock back underway. McClintock on the outside, Ripley on the bottom. Ripley a little bit sideways down through 1 and 2, but he stays alongside McClintock, who has the good run into turn 3. Halfway this time, 13 in, 12 to go at the line. Ripley very close, 12 one-thousandths of a second, the difference across the line. Ripley, the advantage. McCreary's moved into the number 3 spot. McClintock might need to get to the bottom. I don't know if he's going to be able to, though, as Lee McCreary, the top qualifier, has joined the battle. McCreary now has stepped it up. He's in third, looking for second to the inside of McClintock. McCreary's clearly going to be a challenger week in and week out this year with that new car. It's made a big difference in speed, and he was pretty good in the other one. McClintock has fallen to third. Courtney is fourth. Lucas Ripley fifth. Jason Gruhl, Steve Mowry for the number 6 position. Good battle there. Single file, first 5. 6th and 7th, 8th and 9th, all in battles. Boron running a decent race. His first feature is a modified in the 82. They've got that car running much better than it did earlier and in practice. Ripley leads. McCreary in second. Running third. McClintock running fourth is Courtney. And Mowry now ready to make another move. Mowry to the outside of Lucas Ripley for 5th. Mowry spun, going through turn 4, got on the rumble bumps a little while ago. Uh-oh, contact, top 2. Lee McCreary ruffles the feathers of Ripley and nearly opened up the bottom for McClintock. Yellow out, trouble, turns 1 and 2. 1 and 2, caution out. Brandon Bailey and Sean Martyr, the 2 that get together, bring out our yellow. Ripley trying to hold off he as well as McClintock, and we're back racing. Green flag is out. Into 1 and 2 we race. Ripley with the advantage. McCreary slides back. McClintock going to try to take that second spot back away. McCreary closes the door, makes contact with Ripley. Here comes Courtney for third. Oh boy, what a move. by McCreary to get to the bottom. A little bit wild as he kind of slammed the door shut on McClintock and still made contact with 00 of Ripley, but they were able to stay in the right direction as Courtney runs the outside, and we've got 5 laps to go. 5 to go for Todd Ripley. Spin in turns 3 and 4. Sean Martyr spins. Ready for green, coming off of 4. Here we go. Better restart for McCreary that time in the 2. Justin Courtney had slid back a little bit in the 5 in that second row. Down to about 8 or 9 modifieds left on the raceway. Now back out. Here comes the 11 of Usage. Going to try to finish this one. McClintock, some contact from the 29 of Mowry. Still racing for the lead. McCreary on the outside. Martyr nearly spun it again going into the first corner. Mowry trying to get up into the 4th position. For the lead, McCreary still racing with Ripley. A little wild on opening night in our Summit Racing Modifieds at Midvale Speedway. McCreary slipping back into the grasp now of Kevin McClintock. He wasn't able to get to the bottom that time. And 3 to go. Usage, and we've got caution for debris. Caution for debris, I guess, on the front straightaway somewhere. 3 final laps, the shootout. McClintock, can he get back up there and challenge for the win? 29, Steve Mowry, he's involved too. Green is out. Restart down in 4. We're back to racing. McCreary with a slight advantage. Can he get it coming off a 2? Lee McCreary does take the lead. Top qualifier, Lee McCreary made the move. Ripley has fallen to 2nd. Mowry's 3rd. McClintock's 4th. Running 5th, Jason Gruhl trying to get the top 5. Oh, that's actually 5 of Courtney in 5th, and then 6th is Gruhl. White flag this time, 1 to go. Final lap for Lee McCreary. McCreary the advantage coming off of 2 down the backstretch. Into turn 3, they'll race to 4. New Philadelphia driver Lee McCreary the win tonight. Opening night at Midvale Speedway in the mods. 2nd to Ripley, 3rd to Mowry, 4th to McClintock, and finishing 5th the 5 of Courtney. Opening night feature win. First night he's driven this race car. The M&D Design R&R Carb. Number 2, top qualifier. And the victory. Car purchased off of the Steinman Racing team that runs up at Lorraine and Sandusky, and that's one of the top cars from the north part of the state. Maslin Machine, Double Eagle Tattoos, McCombs Market, some of the other sponsors on this car. Just needed that last restart to make it happen. Probably thought about what he wanted to do during the caution leading up to that last restart with a few to go, and it worked out wonderfully. Ready to climb from behind the wheel of this car with his first win of 2014. Won a few features a couple years ago and has been strong in this class for a few years. And looks like a big threat for maybe the championship this year. Climbing from behind the wheel of the car, let's hear it for Lee McCreary. Congratulations, you got a new car in the offseason. This new car is pretty doggone fast.
Yeah, it's getting there. It's got a little bug still in her.
Took you a couple restarts. If the race stays green on those first 2 in the outside lane, you don't get it. You got just the one you needed with, I think it was debris or maybe the Martyr spin. Nonetheless, you maybe set it up a little bit differently for that last restart, and it worked out nice.
Yeah, it did. I want to thank Todd for driving me clean. He's a hell of a man. But there's a few people I want to thank. 2 of them ain't even here tonight. They're at Lorraine. Stacy Gherkin and TJ Steinman. I got this car out of Steinman. He won the championship last year up at Lorraine. They've helped me a bunch. My brother's helped me a bunch. Shitco's helped me a bunch. The Sweeney family, my wife, all my fans, and my nephew, Mikey. Thank you, guys.
There you go. Let's hear it for Lee McCreary.
Okay, Adam caught up with second place finisher Steve Mowry, and Steve, after early trouble, really came back and got a good finish, top 3 finish.
Yeah, we got a little trouble, got a little greedy there. I don't know, you live and learn from your mistakes.
How'd the car handle for you tonight?
I felt real good, really. We got a little miss there earlier. We Ron and TJ, they worked that out. We got that all straightened out. That helped a lot.
I'll tell you what, this thing's been fast last year, and it looks like you're going to be somebody to be reckoned with this season.
I hope.
All right, Steve Mowry, good third place run. And we'll try and get a word with Todd Ripley here in 1 second.
And we're underway, and it is the 32 car of Colmar going into the lead. Look out right now in the middle, and we've got trouble already at the back of the field. We've got trouble in the middle of the field. Andrea Hunter has tore up the left side of that car with Brian Lewis Sr.
Yeah, it looked like she got loose on the hit of the throttle off of turn 4, Adam, and she just spun right in front of Lewis. He had nowhere to go.
Ready to roll. Season opener. Mid-Vid Speedway. And we're underway. And it is the first car. Look out right now in the middle. We've got trouble already at the back of the field. We've got trouble in the middle of the field. Andrea Hunter.
Ready to go green, coming off of turn number 4. We're underway. Colmar back into the lead in the 32 car. We're side by side for second as Gary Hoopengarner takes the number 2 spot. Mike Martin's going to come along. Watching to see where top qualifier Rick Elkins Jr. goes. He's right now in the bottom group, going to go 3 wide on the front stretch. Checks up a little bit going into the corner. That's a wise decision this early in the race. He might have got stuck in a crash with Vince Martin and Lewis for the lead. Colmar on the inside, and on the outside is Hoopengarner for the number 1 spot. Your leader, Gary Hoopengarner, second place. It is Mike Martin, third, the 32 of Colmar. And look out, Vince Martin in the number 5 lit him up. He slid up into the outside lane. He and Rick Elkins Jr. maybe made a little bit of contact. Into the infield goes Brian Lewis Jr. Hoopengarner leading the way. Five laps in, 15 laps to go in our street stock feature. Hoopengarner leading Martin. Colmar, good run for the 32. 62 of Elkins. 5 of Martin running in the number 5 spot. Down the backstretch, here comes Elkins for the 3rd position. And for 3rd, Elkins, the top qualifier, takes it. Colmar having a nice run, though, in the 32. Good to see for the youngster from the Akron area. Mike Martin to the outside. Martin looking to the outside of Hoopengarner for the lead. Team cars right there, 1st and 2nd. And as they battle, here comes top qualifier Rick Elkins Jr. Elkins turning laps in the 16-1s. There goes Anders into the infield. Dunlap goes into the infield as well. So Dunlap in the 80, Anders in the 18 go into the infield. McIntosh Oil Company and American Racer Tire Night at Midvale Speedway. The green is set to wave. It does. We're back underway, and Hoopengarner and Martin bring him in. Martin making a 3-wide battle for the number 4 spot as Colmar gave up the inside lane on the start, and that's going to cost him a few spots. Passwaters Jr. moving up in the 74. Passwaters Sr. going to try to follow his son through. Closing on the halfway mark of this one. And Elkins really hugging that bottom lane. That 62 really gets through the corners well, better than any of our other street stock competitors. Not the fastest car down the straightaway, most of them using those crate engines, but that thing is a rocket through the corners. Put it just about anywhere, and right now Elkins coming to halfway in the 3rd spot, looking for 2nd. Hoopengarner leading the way, 10 to go. Hoopengarner leading. Here comes Elkins. Season opening on the bottom. The opening closes, drops a couple of tires off the track as Elkins had that spot close up. Elkins looking again to the bottom. Sideways, Martin on the outside groove. Martin working 3-car battle at the front of the field. We also have Todd Miller and Bob Passwaters Jr. trying to move up back in the pack with Colmar kind of in the middle of that heated action. Hoopengarner's got to protect low. If he protects low and Martin runs the outside lane, Elkins is going to have to make room. We'll see if he does. He's right on the rear bumper of Gary Hoopengarner. Hoopengarner, a new paint scheme this year. Good looking car. Same ride that he had a year ago. But Martin won't allow that outside lane to open up, and so far Hoopengarner's protected the bottom. Elkins running hard in the number 3 spot. Now it's 2nd across the line. 14 in, 6 to go. It's going to be 5 to go next time. By boy, Hoopengarner is starting to open the inside lane a little bit. If he goes up any higher, Elkins is going to fill that inside groove. Hoopengarner back to the white line. 5 to go. 5 laps to go for Gary Hoopengarner. Elkins again dropping low, right against the white line coming out of turn number 2. Elkins hard into the corner, contact with Martin. Elkins goes around.
I think he blew a right rear tire, Adam. I heard a pop right before that happened. I think something happened to the 62 right before that.
Got both of their tires. He slid in, drove it in hard. What a great race for our top 3, by the way. That is exciting racing. 3-car battle for the top spots. Elkins goes into the corner, makes slight contact, wheel-to-wheel racing battle, just a racing deal. Here comes Hoopengarner and Vince Martin up front. Green is out. We're back underway, and Hoopengarner goes into the lead. Martin, will he try to get to the bottom? Oh, it's too late. And there goes another wheel. That one flies off the wall, the left rear of Vince Martin's car. Vince tried to get to the bottom, I think. Passwaters was looking underneath him. And caution. Caution out. 15 in, still 5 to go. Without a caution, which I don't know if that's likely or not. They had a pretty good green flag run earlier, but now a couple of cautions. 15 in, 5 to go for Hoopengarner and Passwaters Jr. Here we go. Already the 6 of Mike Martin making a bold move. He gets through, threads the needle. He's up into the top 5. Todd Miller, look at Todd go. champion a couple years ago in the division. Mike Martin for the number 4 spot. Martin's up to 4th. He's moving quickly. Passwater's off the pace. He's fallen to 4th. Martin up to 3rd. That's what I was saying. Now he's kind of in the position where he needs a yellow. Line him up because Hoopengarner's getting away. Going to be lap number 17 at the line. 3 to go for Gary Hoopengarner. He might get one. No, Colmar able to save it with Orr down in 3. Cody Colmar with a nice save as it looked like he was going to spin in turn number 4. Going to be 2 to go this time. 2 laps to go for the 68 of Gary Hoopengarner. Battle for second. 6 of Martin has taken over the spot from the 77 of Miller. Mike Martin's got a fast race car in 2014. White flag this time. Going to come to white. 1 lap to go for the 68 of Gary Hoopengarner. The 6 of Mike Martin. The 77 of Todd Miller. And the 75, Bob Passwater Sr. Passwater Sr. and Elkins nearly make a little contact. They continue on, but we're going to come off of turn number 4. Checkered's going to be out, and this race win's going to go to Perry, Ohio's Gary Hoopengarner. 2nd spot to Martin, 3rd to Miller, 4th to 62 of Elkins. Then it's the 5th place car, 75 of Passwater Sr. and Passwater's Jr. coming home 6th. Good run for Mike Martin coming back through the field. I think he's going to get some photos taken with his teammate Gary Hoopengarner here on the front stretch. Todd Miller, pretty good run, pretty good finish. Top 3 for a former champion in the division. Todd Miller asked me that left front tire's flat, and I told him it's getting there. That left front looks like it's going down on Miller's car. I think he could probably tell by the handling of it. The Chalmers team, Canton Car Connection, Archomotive, Finish Line Design, Shelby Sweets and Treats, Remac Traditions, sponsor number 68 claiming the win. Let's hear it for Magic Shoes, Gary Hoopengarner. Hoopengarner, celebration here tonight at Midvale Speedway. Gonna hurt yourself there getting up on the roof.
Yeah, I'm too old for that crap.
Hey, 2 wins in a row, right? Last year in September, this year in April, pretty good.
Not bad.
This one's a lot better, though. Last year we only had a handful of cars. They were still pretty good cars. Tonight, you beat a pretty good field.
Yeah, I was a little worried in the beginning because we had a bad qualifying time, you know, with the group qualifying, you know. But
I saw you got boxed up, but you still qualified 5th, which wasn't too bad.
Yeah, this car is going to be in the teens before this is over, I guarantee you that.
It's pretty good. I know you have a lot of people you want to thank.
Yes. Can't Car Connection, Vince Martin, without him, I wouldn't even be here, you know.
Well, you'd be here, but maybe not racing. Maybe not in Victory Lane, right?
We got new sponsors this year, PhilChalmers.com, Chalmers Team, Remax, Cincy, Shaylin Welker, Archomotive, Scott Archer. I've got a lot of help from Bill Obule, who's taking some time off to build a new house, and man, he's had his hands on this thing all day long.
He knows a little bit about getting around here.
Oh yeah, he's
going to be over here. He's going to be like Hopperton. He's going to be in every Victory Lane photo. He was in the last one too.
He's got me fast.
Good deal. Congratulations.
All right, thank you.
Gary Hoopengarner, the veteran, wins tonight in the Street Stock feature.
Okay, Adam, going to do a quick grid walk. Ron Kirkpatrick starting up front. You got anything for him, bud? You got the teammates starting alongside.
You never know.
Good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
Ron Kirkpatrick starting up front. I got the little head nod from Joe Leinert, so he's down to business. Bob Snyder Jr. had a really fast car in a heat race. First night out in this car. How do you think, man?
I think the car is really good. I just got a brand new motor from McBride. It's just, I don't have enough gear in the car right now, so I just do the best I can tonight.
Good luck, buddy.
Thank you very much.
Bob Snyder Jr. starting up front. The Mountain State Missile, the bottle rocket, starting in the 4th spot. What do you got for him tonight, buddy?
Be interesting to see who comes out with the track title in 2014. Ron Kirkpatrick, Bob Schneider Jr., the two up front, ready to roll into 3 and 4. They're coming to green, 30 laps the distance. The late model's underway. Leading lap number 1 be the 23 car of Ron Kirkpatrick. Relatively inexperienced here in the late model division is Kirkpatrick, but he is in the race lead. Rick Sibla running the outside groove. Sibla now season opening to the outside of Schneider. Late model competition at Midvale Speedway. Hot and heavy in 2014. Extremely close qualifying times. Fastest lap was set by Strasburg's Marcus Malkin, who's mired deep in the field in the 75. He and teenage star Alex Rosenberry racing for position, following Randy Smart, a 4-time Midvale Speedway track champion, but first year in a late model for Smart. Right now, he's slipping back in the outside groove as Malkin moves forward, following Bryant Smith. Rick Sibla's moved up into the number 3 position as Kirkpatrick leads the way. Close call between Malkin and Smart. Smart had to check up as Malkin slammed the door shut middle of the backstretch. We've completed 5 of the 30. Clean and green right now as Kirkpatrick leads Jonathan Ritter, Rick Sibla, and Bob Schneider Jr. and Bryant Smith now making his move in the second lane. Bryant Smith has found a liking to that outside groove over the last 2 years, his championship season a year ago and this year, and right now he is hooked up. And the car is coming forward. His brother Bubba having engine problems in practice. Bryant not having any issues right now, and he's making quick work of the middle part of the pack as he's going to set his sights on Rick Sibla for the 3rd spot. 2nd spot of Jonathan Ritter, and the leader, Ron Kirkpatrick. Trouble, Marcus Malkin, Mike Miller get together. Caution's out. Marcus Malkin in the 75, Mike Miller in the 22 got together down in 1 and 2 to bring out the yellow. We are now 23 laps from the finish in our season opener for the McIntosh Oil Company late models, and Ron Kirkpatrick, Jonathan Ritter, Rick Sibla, and Bob Schneider Jr. to the green. Ritter lit him up a little bit, had a pretty good restart. Kirkpatrick makes the corner in 1 and 2. Sibla in the 3rd spot. Schneider falls back. Sibla's going to try to get to the bottom of Ritter. If he can't make it happen in the outside lane, trouble. Around goes Mike Miller. Mike Miller in the 22 has spun. Yellow flag is out for Miller. 3 car of Dave Martin, 22 car of Mike Miller bringing out the yellow. Caution charge to the 3 of Martin as he's got a flat tire as well, going to go to the pits. Ron Kirkpatrick and Jonathan Ritter to the green, coming off of turn number 4, 7 in, 23 to go. And we're back underway in the late model feature at Midvale Speedway. Ritter, another good restart for the 28 car, takes a really high entrance into turn 1 and 2. Good exit of turn number 2, and Jonathan Ritter not quite clearing him again, a little down on power, middle of the straightaway for Ritter. Something has to be amiss there, but he does take the lead coming off of 4 to complete lap number 8. Sibla gets shuffled up the banking. Bryant Smith looking to the inside of Sibla. Sibla singles it back out again. Rick Sibla to the outside of Ron Kirkpatrick for the number 2 position. Sibla and Smith now side by side for the 3rd spot. Brian Smith, Rick Sibla wheeling it for that number 3 position. Rick trying to make the outside lane work. Brian's car working right now on the inside lane. Good battle between two of our champions over the last 2 years. Sibla 2 years ago, Smith last year. Brian Smith clearing the 21 car of Rick Sibla on the front straightaway. Here comes Alex Rosenberry. Rosenberry for the number 4 spot. Alex Rosenberry, Marcus Malkett now starting to move forward. They were pretty deep in the pack. Rick Sibla has faded. Sibla fading in the 21, and in fact, he's pulling into the pits. Ritter a comfortable lead. Smith ready to make a move on the 23 car of Kirkpatrick. Ron Kirkpatrick, can't say enough about the job he's done so far, running second, but soon to be third. Brian Smith makes a move to the outside lane, car hooked up, second groove looking good. And Brian Smith just about to clear Kirkpatrick, but not quite yet. Kirkpatrick pulls back forward. Good battle for the number 2 position. 15 in, 15 to go. Halfway this time for Jonathan Ritter. Kirkpatrick and Smith hard racing as Alex Rosenberry is going to join that battle in moments. Rosenberry is there. Going to be looking for a 3-car battle at the front. Good late model racing at Midvale Speedway, something we look forward to all season long as we did a year ago at Midvale. A little bit of contact. Kirkpatrick slips back into third. Rosenberry, good heads-up driving to avoid a crash. Smith is taken second, leading Ritter. Up the track, boy, using a lot of room. The 23 car of Kirkpatrick, scary moment for Rosenberry. Those two drivers down the backstretch for the number 3 position. Malkett, front brakes glowing, running in the 5th spot. Looking for the 4th position in moments will be Marcus Malkett, the Strasburg driver who plans on running a part-time schedule at Midvale this season. 11 to go. At the line this time, 11 laps left for Jonathan Ritter. Ritter, little sideways, can see a little smoke, and here comes Brian Smith to the inside of Ritter. The opening there, and I think again because of the lack of power, middle of the straightaway for Ritter, he gives up the lead. Smith takes over the top spot. Don't call this one over yet though, because Alex Rosenberry is closing too. Oh, Ritter and Smith contact, and Smith will spin. Smith keeps it going. We've got a 10-lap shootout in front of us. 10 laps remaining, 20 laps in. Bryant Smith, Alex Rosenberry, first and second. Green in our late model feature, coming off of turn number 4. Here we go. Into 1 and 2 we race. Rosenberry looking good in the outside lane. Alex Rosenberry hooked up in turn number 2. Alongside Smith, taking it down in turn 3. Smith up the banking a little bit. Smith the advantage down the front stretch into the first corner. Rosenberry, that second lane is looking good right now, and Rosenberry, even though he's up an extra half a lane, is running pretty strong in the outside groove. Rosenberry will drop to the inside, coming off of 2. He's there, he's looking low. Bryant protecting the bottom. Rosenberry into the 3rd turn. Marcus Malkett joining the top 2. Smith, Rosenberry, Malkett, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Kirkpatrick running 4th. Randy Smart, first late model race in his new car, running in the 5th spot, our rookie competitor there. Running 6th is Schneider, 7th is Ritter, 8th is Miller. Rosenberry mounting challenges with Bryant Smith. 5 laps to go, 5 from the finish. Rosenberry just as quick as Bryant Smith at the front of our field. Smith takes the high entry, the low exit of the corners, gets him a good run down the straightaways. Rosenberry smooth in the middle, but it slows him down a little coming off. 4 to go. Marcus Malkett best seat in the house right now as he watches those two battle. Maybe hopes that they make a little contact so he can get involved, maybe make a pass and get the win. Was there contact up front? It looked like it, maybe a little bit in turn number 4 that time. Slight contact between the top two, Rosenberry and Smith, both running part-time late model schedules this season at Midvale with 2 laps to go. Final 2 laps for Smith and Rosenberry. Driving them hard up front. Marcus Malkin back to make it a 3-car battle. Smith pulling away. 2 car lengths the lead. Down into turn 3. White flag coming out this time. 1 lap for Brian Smith trying to win the opener. Into turn 2. Rosenberry there again. Can he get to him down in 3 and 4? No, he slid sideways coming off of 2. Into turn number 4. To the checkered. Canton, Ohio's Bryant Smith claims the victory. Second place, Alex Rosenberry. Finishing third, Marcus Malkett, as this one comes to an end. The Canton Auto Sales, Freedom Auto Finance, Canton Auto Salvage, number 1, your winner tonight, Bryant Smith. Bryant, what a wild late model feature. Wasn't as wild as our features earlier. This was a much cleaner race, only a couple of cautions during the course of the event. And what a strong field. I mean, man, Rosenberry, you, Mike Miller, you've got Marcus Malkett was really fast in qualifying, but it was Rosenberry that gave you the biggest challenge during the race. Pretty good run down the stretch.
Yeah, I knew, I said before the race that it was going to be whoever got out front first between me, Marcus, and Rosenberry. And, I mean, Rosenberry, I don't know what he was doing coming off turn 2, but he got into me under caution. My car, front end was touching after that, but it was still pretty fast.
Car was pretty good. Beautiful looking number 1 car, good paint scheme. I think this is the best looking car you've had, actually.
Yeah, Bubba did a great job with the lettering. All the cars he's done this year look amazing. I mean, Tommy's done a real good job of preparing his car, and Swan did a great job with the body. And I got to thank Drain for this engine I got. It definitely helped me win tonight.
Definitely a rocket down the straightaway. Ritter looked like he was down on power middle of the straightaway. That helps you get to the bottom. His car was handling pretty good.
Yeah, he was real bad in the heat race, and I probably shouldn't have told him what he was doing wrong, but I talked to him, and he made it a lot harder to pass in the feature. But he's pretty good, but he's still got to get that car under a little bit of control, and I knew he would screw up eventually, and he finally did.
No, what happened there down in turn 3? Were you surprised when he got back to your bumper?
Yeah, I didn't even know he was looking. I'm going through the corner, and all of a sudden the back end's off the ground, and I'm turning sideways, and I tried to hang on to it, and I kind of did, but you guys threw a caution anyways. I was kind of glad because I would have been junk after that. But.
Have some people you want to thank?
Of course, like I said, you got to thank Drain and Swan and Tommy for everything they do with us, but also got to thank Mike and my brother and my dad. I mean, them guys do a lot for me. Got to thank Colton and my parents, my mom. She does a lot. And like I said, Drain's here tonight, and I want to say thanks to David and John for all the work they do and make these cars real fast with that engine.
Winner tonight, Brian Smith in our late model division. What a run for Rosenberry. What a run for Malkett coming back through the field after the early caution, Chris.
Yeah, I caught up with both of them over here. I got Alex Rosenberry first, and Alex, great run, good second place run to start off the season. Got to be happy with that.
Yeah, great run to come start off the year with, but man, I wanted that win. We gave it our all. I can't say it was a lack of effort. We had an oil leak before we went out and got it fixed, so everything's pretty good. We won't be here for a couple weeks. We're going to main event Sandusky on May 10th, so we'll see you guys May 17th, I believe.
And like you told me earlier, Brian had mentioned the contact off of turn 2 coming to the restart, and like you said, it's a mind game as much as it is anything.
Yeah, you got to take what you can get and don't let him have everything. I mean, yeah, he was starting on P1, but I was on the pole too. We both control it.
Very good, very good. Good hard racing between you two, though. You can't complain about that. You guys fought each other hard and clean.
Yeah, it was fun. He raced me real clean. Can't think. It's fun to race, come out and race like that. Just got to thank Flight Test, Rosenberry Towing, Mom, Dad, Grandma, Grandpa, Uncle, Larry, Clay, Todd. Everybody has been a part of this so far to get it here. Running P1, P2 on first night out's not too bad.
Good job, buddy.
Thanks.
Alex Rosenberry, your second place winner.
We've got our mini truck feature, 10 laps the distance in our mini truck feature. They're underway. We've got Derek Cordy in the 72. Look out, down in the corners. They're going to take him a little bit too high there. We made the track just wide enough for him to get out of turn number 2. And Bruce George is the leader. Second is Derek Cordia. Third spot, the 32 truck. That's a truck of Keith Anderson. And the number 5 truck of Mike Martin. Leading is Bruce George. Your leader, Bruce George, in the number 13. But Mike Martin has moved his way into the second position now. Martin up to second. Third is Anderson, and fourth is Cordia. '72 of Cordia. Good to see him here tonight. His first ever feature event at Midvale Speedway. Has been practicing the last couple of weeks to get ready. Had the truck in the car show. Leading the way, the 13 of Bruce George, but he has a challenger, and we're just about now at the halfway point. George was able to hold off Martin in the heat race. Can he hold him off in the feature? He's got 5 laps to go, and it's not looking likely. Though Martin slips back a little bit. Battle for the number 1 spot coming to the line. Martin the advantage at the stripe by 13 1/1000ths of a second. Martin slips back into second, though, as George fights hard. Good battle for the number 1 spot. You can get rules for the Midvale Truck Series, the Midvale Mini Truck Division, online at midvalespeedway.com. And we've got trouble. George has taken Martin around on the front stretch. Martin back up the banking. Oh, synchronized spinning, is able to make it through as Keith Anderson. Up front, Green is out. Keith Anderson in second. Bruce George going to try to fight back from that second row. Oh, Derek Cordia goes way up the banking, takes Bruce George's lane away. I don't know if that's called a slide job or not, Chris.
Yeah, you could call it that, I guess.
4 laps to go. Well, George is going to try it again. Maybe he'll drop under him here. Nope, he didn't push up that time. It's only on starts. Oh, he's got him on the bottom. Bruce George able to pick up the 3rd position from Derek Cordia. These guys are all having solid top 5 runs tonight, though.
Yeah, they are, and they look like they're having a lot of fun in these trucks, too.
Mike Martin leading the way. 2nd, Keith Anderson. 3rd, Bruce George. And 4th, the 72 of Derek Cordia. White flag is out. 1 lap to go for the 5 of Martin. Checkered will be out. And picking up the first feature win of the year in the mini trucks is Canton's Mike Martin. 2nd spot to the 32 of Keith Anderson. 3rd to the 13 of Bruce George. And finishing 4th is going to be the 72 of Derek Cordia. Keith Anderson, Bruce George, Derek Cordia with finishes tonight in our opener for the Finish Line Motors Mini Truck Division. Again, the rules online at midvalespeedway.com to build yourself a truck for our mini trucks. Trying to build the numbers up in this division. Pretty exciting class, beginner type class. Next week, dollar dogs, dollar pops in the concessions. I heard that the truck will be painted, so got a little body damage, maybe a little scarring from a year ago that had to be fixed. Got some primer on there. Going to be a beautiful photo. Probably not the most beautiful car or truck he's had in Victory Lane. There was a Mike, congratulations on the win. Pretty good run tonight in the Pure Stock race, all things considered, coming back out and running strong through the field. The Pure Stock's hooked up, which is a street stock now, I've heard. And the mini truck, pretty hooked up as well. Good night for you.
Yeah, both cars are running pretty good. I guess they're out to get me tonight, I guess.
I don't know. You had him cleared, I think, just almost, and he knew he had one last-ditch effort, tried to rub some paint. It didn't turn out too nice.
No, it didn't.
He couldn't rub any paint. There's not very much on here on the side, right?
No, well, next week it will be.
I'll go ahead and thank some people.
Thank everybody.
There you go. Let's thank Vince. How about that, Vince? Yep. All right. Mike Martin, winner, mini truck feature here tonight, Midvale Speedway. We've got one final race yet to go, our compact second feature.
Pretty good night of racing here tonight, Adam. Glad the fans that came out tonight on this little bit cooler evening in April, but tell you what, it was a lot cooler a couple weeks ago when the snow was flying, and I think we're past that stage now.
Canton Auto Salvage compact feature and our final feature of the night. Things going pretty well tonight, I'd say, other than our marathon modified feature, and that was exciting racing once they got going. Josh Roberts in the 07, Ryan Schreffler the 42. We are underway, and here comes Brent Schreffler and the yellow, black, and red number, yellow, how about pink? Pink, black, and red number 24 into the lead. Brent Schreffler into the lead. Second, Roberts. The rookie, Gage Jayberg, making some moves back in the field. He's up to fourth. For the second position, Roberts and Vasilou. Vasilou got the car running okay now. Couldn't get it started earlier. We got him spinning down in turns 1 and 2. And Ryan Schreffler among those in the 42 car. Yellow out. Oh, yeah, it was kind of nice when it was negatives here. Green flag is back out. But I was still around for most of it, and it was awful. Brent Schreffler back into the lead. A.J. Vasilou into second. Vasilou's won a feature event here at Midvale. Schreffler has not. Neither has Gage Jayberg, and he might not win this one. He's turning the 9 car of Vasilou around down in turn number 4. Schreffler in the 24. And Roberts in the 07. Down to 6 cars. Watch as Vasilou and Jayberg come back through. One in, 11 to go. Green flag coming out of turn number 4. We are racing again. And Schreffler out into the lead. Vasilou has a quick car in the 9. When it is running, it's running pretty fast.
I was going to say, I don't think any of those guys had a pink car, though.
I know Brent Schreffler. I actually like that car. I think it's a good-looking ride.
It's running pretty good right now.
Pepto-Bismol car.
Yeah, there you go. Let's do a little crank it up here as they come by us. What do you think?
All right, time to crank it up.
And that's it.
It didn't last very long. You can turn down your surround system now. 3 complete. 9 to go for Brent Schreffler, who's holding the lead. Vasilou's in second. He's starting to run him down. Young competitors out there on the racetrack right now. I think Schreffler gets into the rev limiter a little bit.
Hey, Hoopy just said that standing over here, too. He goes, he's into the rev limiter at the flag stand.
Yeah, he's getting it early, and that car would be really fast if it weren't. Maybe time to cheat that baby up a little bit. Change the gearing on it, and he'll be in good shape. I did not recommend that. If he'd put monster truck tires on there, he'd be in good shape. You figure if he's gone halfway down the straightaway before he gets into the rev limiter, if his tires were twice the size in circumference, it would be perfect. He would get right to the end of the straightaway before it hit.
There you go.
Schreffler has a challenger. It's A.J. Vasilou in the number 9. So Vasilou is there. Schreffler with 4 laps to go to hold off A.J. Vasilou.
And I will tell you, his brother's over here rooting him on with an ice pack on his arm. He thinks he might have popped a muscle in his right arm. So just an update on him. He's okay, though.
Oh, Vasilou nearly had the opening down in turn 3. 10 to go. 10 laps in, 2 to go. Thank goodness not 10 to go.
Wow. You had me scared.
Yeah, we're all right. Final lap and a half now. Lap and a half to go in our 4-car dash. Oh, Vasilou gets to the inside. Schreffler left the door open. He stepped it up now. Schreffler running himself a nice race. He just got not quite enough gear, or too much gear, as we got half a lap to go. Schreffler looking for his first career feature win. Vasilou goes to the outside. Last lap pass. Can he make it? No. Schreffler wins. Vasilou second. 07 of Roberts. He's going to bring home third here in just a moment or two. And yes, he does. He gets a podium finish in third. Top 4 run for first ever race for the 46 of Christian Bailey. I think he made the fast feature in the compacts with a different car, and he was really competitive. He's a pretty good driver, actually, for not very much experience. Brent Schreffler claiming the win tonight in our second feature for the Canton Auto Salvage Compacts. Next week, dollar dogs, dollar pops. Bring a bunch of people, buy a bunch of hot dogs, buy a bunch of pop, because it's going to be cheap next Saturday night. We're going to have all of our divisions back in action. It is Van Meter's Auto Repair sponsored night at Midvale Speedway coming up next Saturday, May 3rd, here at Midvale. Thank you for coming out. Chris will have the interview with Brent Schreffler in just a moment.
And the number 24 Hot Rod Motors machine pulls into victory lane. The Pepto-Bismol machine. Brent Schreffler. Man, what a way to pick up a victory, huh?
Yeah, open night.
That's awesome, man. You, I know you caught a little flack for painting this thing pink, but it looks pretty good.
Oh, yeah, for breast cancer.
There you go. Absolutely. That's awesome, man. Anybody you want to thank on this 24 tonight? I know you had a good battle with Vasilou there, and you kind of stepped up your game a little bit when you heard him out there, didn't you?
Yeah, I saw him on the outside. I want to thank my mom's boyfriend, Chuck, Ryan, my brother, Jerry. My sponsors, my grandpa.
There he is. You got to make sure. I told Ryan, you want to take this thing back and, you know, put a little bit more gear into it or put a little less gear into it so you don't hit that rev chip at the flag stand.
Yeah, probably bigger tires and probably do something better than him and hit the wall again.
There you go. Well, and that's what Adam said, a little bit bigger tires, right? And this thing
Twice
could be
as
a
big.
rocket.
Twice as big.
Oh,
It
yeah.
won't hit the rev limiter at the end of the
Twice as
straightaway.
big, he said. Twice as big tires.
I'll try to keep up with the road in a couple weeks.
All right, that sounds good. Brent Schreffler in Victory Lane in the Pepto-Bismol number 24. Thank you for coming out tonight, everybody, and we will see you next week.